Alright, you all. Hello, I am Amani Sawari, and this is another commentary on the couples on Love After Lockup. And we just saw episode 41, the one that was aired July 30th. Let's get our incense burning. Whew, okay, we got our incense burning. Ting, cheers, cheers, cheers. So let's get into this discussion. Right now, I am going to talk about the couples that have demonstrated ultimate disrespect this week. All right. So we're gonna start off with Deontay and Nicole. The reason why I'm starting off with them is because I don't know. I don't know if the disrespect level is higher in this couple or in the other couple. I want to say it's higher with Deontay and Nicole. And we're also going to talk about Stan and Lisa now. The reason why it's higher with Deontay and Nicole is because I feel like they both have a level of disrespect for one another that pushes the other one. Whereas with Stan and Lisa, I really feel like Lisa has more of a level head and is actually trying to be as respectful and open-minded and understanding as possible with Stan, while Stan just has one thing on his mind. All he is a cookie monster, okay? But Lisa describes all he is pretty succinctly at the end of the episode. But let's start off with Deontay and Nicole and see where this takes us. So today is a big day for their relationship. Nicole is meeting Deontay's mother. She's come over. She's making a meal for them, which she asks Deontay, hey, does your mom like salad? And it's like, I mean, I guess there are some people who don't like salad, but it's a really basic thing. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Even when she's putting it together with her 4 or 5 inch nails on, she's just opening up a salad mix bag and tossing shredded cheese on top. And she put a lot of shredded cheese on her salad. That was way too much cheese. I could barely see the salad. But like Deontay said, even if it don't taste good, mother will be appreciative, okay? So they're cooking a meal for his mom, and she remembers that it is her ex birthday. Her ex is one of the girls that she was messing with while she was incarcerated. Her name's Tia. They had relations together. So she just wants to wish Tia a happy birthday. She steps into Deontay's bedroom while he's in the kitchen so that she can talk to her as privately as she can on the phone. And she's just like, hey girl, happy birthday. But then she takes it to the next level and she's just like, yo, like, I want to come see you. I'm trying to take care of you. Come get me. Like, she is really caking on the phone. She is caking with her ex in her current man's house on the day that she is to meet his mother. She's caking with her ex on the phone. And not only that, but she's snooping through his room and she finds one. I'm gonna say one of. I'm getting a one of vibe, but she does find a sex doll under Deontay's bed. The sex doll that he mentions every episode, which was his replacement for being intimate with Nicole until Nicole got out of prison. And little did I know, Nicole actually knew about this doll while she was incarcerated. And not only did she know about it, but she told Deontay, throw this crap away. It makes me uncomfortable that you are having relations with it. And he obviously didn't throw it away, but it looks like he did not have follow up discussions with her about it. So it was like this big thing. So not only does he overhear her on the phone talking to her ex and flirting with her ex and telling her, come get me, but he also hears her shit talking him to her ex about this sex doll. And when he busts into the room, like, yo, what are you talking about? She throws the doll on the floor and she's like, bro, like, what is this? And they're both just trying to like redivert blame at one another. But it's just a really terrible situation. Like, both of them are on edge with one another. Deontay's mom is on the way, and right after this explosive argument, his mom pops up at the door, and it's even more fireworks during the eating. So Deontay's mom pretty much gets on her about the fact that they have not been intimate. And I really feel like of all the conversations that the mom could have had with Nicole, I wish that it hadn't have been focused around her willingness to be intimate with her son. Like Deontay, no. Deontay's mom, no. Like he's not getting the cookie because all his marbles have rolled into different directions. And they need to be in a straight line in order for him to get to push Nicole to that. And they're not at all. So for his mom to just be like, oh, I don't, she literally tells Nicole, I don't think you have a problem being intimate. I think you have a problem being intimate with him. It's just like, okay, like she was in prison for 4 years and she's not comfortable. She doesn't know this man. And then she's just like, oh, but you're comfortable enough to take his gifts to ask him for money. Now, in this episode, Nicole also talks to Deontay about, oh, I want a boob job and all this stuff. I forgot to blow the incense. So we're going to have to light another one because we didn't blow the flame. This incense burnt really fast. That's the difference. When we don't blow the flame, the incense just burns like crazy. Okay, so let's get this one lit up. Whoops. Alright, so now we got an incense that is lit, but it's not like a crazy flame coming off of it. So I'm going to be Clarence's assistant right now while that one's going out. So his mom gets on the conversation about intimacy and how, you know, you must not trust my son or whatever. You must not want to be with my son since, you know, it's obvious that you're okay with being intimate. I just don't think like that was, I don't feel like that was the mom's place to really go there with Nicole. She could have gone there in so many different ways, like when it came to like the finances and stuff. But she decided to hit sex, and it's just like, that's not even your realm. But what was hilarious, when they asked mom, like, oh, is this Deontay's type? She's like, oh, yeah, this is his type. The white blonde stripper type is his type. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. Let me set this in here. She was like, yep, that's his type. White blonde stripper type, that's his type. And they showed his other ex that was incarcerated when he met her. And, you know, white, blonde, you know, bougie looking, but, you know, not, I don't know how to say like a bougie Oreo, like bougie on the inside, but economy on the outside. Yeah? Cute enough to get treated like bougie until she opens her mouth and it's like, oh, you're not that caliber. That's what it looked like. So yeah, Deontay's mom interrogated Nicole about how she felt about her love for him, and Nicole was literally looking in the sky for her answer, like she really didn't know what to say. She's a really bad liar. She does not know where to find the truth or how to be honest unless she reads it off of her arms, okay? Otherwise, she has no understanding of trust, truth, honesty, loyalty, none of it. And when you think about, you know, my friend used to tell me, it's no reason to get, you know, a characteristic tatted on you. People should be able to see it in their discussion and interaction with you. If you have to tattoo happy on your forehead, it's probably because you got to convince people you're not that happy on your own, but that's a discussion for another day. Okay. But they showed Chelsea, who's Deontay's ex from before Nicole, and he draws a lot of comparisons between the two. There's a lot of triggering things that Nicole does that reminds him of Chelsea. And it's just like a mix up that you can tell that no one is prepared for, but we just have to be, okay? Next, I'm going to get into Stan and Lisa because they also demonstrated some really disrespectful characteristics on this episode. Again, I was shocked that Lisa even came to the restaurant to meet Stan, okay? In episode 39, 40, when she just walked up there an hour late. I was like, okay, Lisa, show him who's boss. She lays it down. She's like, I'm here because he owes me money. Had to put out for motels, had to buy extra clothes. All this stuff I had to do because he's my parole location and he made me too uncomfortable to stay at the house. He has to pay me back for that. He owes me money, hotels, clothes. And she's just like, he's either gonna have to give in or kick rocks. So she's willing to try this relationship out because she has some debt to get out of it. And he's her parole location. Those are like the two main things. And so she wants what she can get out of it. And she's like, I'm going to try again, but only, as long as he gives me what I need. And when they're in the car on the way to Stan's place, she lays it down. She's like, yo, the first thing that we're going to do tomorrow, I want to get a car. You said you were going to give me $5,000 to get a car, and that hasn't happened yet. And he's just like, dang, okay, you don't even have a driver's license. She's like, it's going to take too long for me to get a driver's license, but I need a car. And he's like, fine, I'll give you the $5,000 for a car. So like the tension is building up. She's getting all these demands out there. And then before he even gets home, he gets pulled over by the police. The police pull over Stan. Red and blue lights flickering. Lisa is having a panic attack. Okay, she doesn't know what to do. Stan's trying to tell her to calm down. We both know Stan and Lisa are tipsy. We both know they're over the limit. The officer comes up. He's like, oh, you ran that red light or whatever. He takes his information. Stan is still looking for his insurance when the police officer comes back, and he's just like, okay, I'm going to give you a warning. And Stan jokes it off. He's like, oh, it's because I have like a clean driving record that they just let me go. It ain't got nothing to do with your driving record. If this is a driving record, okay, that face, that flesh tone is a driving record, okay? So they let him go. And Stan uses that as further ammo for Lisa. Like, hey, you should not be getting a car if you don't have the credentials because you would get pulled over. They're arguing, the tension is building. They finally get to the house, and Stan's just like ready to take Lisa to the dungeon. And Lisa's like, no, I'm not trying to do that. I just want to have a conversation. I'm eating sunflower seeds right now because I don't have a straw to drink to partake in. So yeah, Stan and Lisa. Stan kicks her out of the house, throws her stuff onto the ground just because she wasn't ready to go upstairs with him. And she even tells the camera, like, because I wasn't trying to run upstairs and be lovey-dovey at this very second, he's mad, and he throws my stuff out. And she just says it, like, ultimate douchebag asshole behavior right here. Here it is, folks, for all to see. So, Stan says, he was willing to put the police behind him. He was willing to put, their arguments behind him so that he could get that cookie. And Lisa wasn't there yet. And so, it's unfortunate for them, But Stan disrespected Lisa in so many ways. He wasn't trying to have a full discussion at the dinner table. He was just trying to cut it off and go back to the house and do the do. Lisa wanted to have a full discussion so that she could be comfortable. She wants to build a life with Stan, but Stan just doesn't see it. He's only trying to, build a pit stop while she's trying to build a life. So they're just not really compatible in that way. And speaking of parole locations, let's just touch on Brittany and Ray, because Brittany is Ray's parole location and he is finally getting out. He's finally gotten home. And, I'm happy for them, but I'm scared for them because Brittany already lied to her parents about where Raymond was paroling. She told her mother that he was paroling with his father. So now, what if her family pops up at the house or something? It's just crazy. But we're going to get into a deeper video with Brittany and Ray and Jeff and Anissa, because Raymond and Jeffrey have both been discharged from the halfway house and are going to their ladies to parole. And this is their first day together, this episode. So we're gonna have another video going more into depth about them. So I will get back at you guys on the next one.